All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're unpacking the claims from a viral video that alleges a secret U.S. plan is in motion, a super high-stakes special forces raid on Iran. We're here to break down exactly what the source material claims is about to happen. So let's dive in. Talk about an opening line, right? The source video kicks things off with this really dramatic, translated quote. It's meant to set the tone immediately, to create this sense of urgency. It's a powerful hook designed to pull you right in. So what is the core allegation here? Well, according to the source, the President of the United States, supposedly at the urging of Israel's intelligence chief, has given the green light to an incredibly risky commando raid deep inside Iran. And here's the kicker. This isn't being presented as some distant what-if scenario or a contingency plan. The source claims that the final go-ahead for this operation isn't just coming soon, it could literally be moments away. Now, the mission's objectives, they are ambitious, to say the least. As laid out in the video, there are three main targets. First, neutralize Iran's supreme leader. Second, physically get inside and sabotage Iran's main nuclear facilities. And third, cripple their ballistic missile program. No small task. Okay, so how on earth would an operation this audacious even work? Well, the source draws a direct line to a very famous raid from the past, the one that targeted Osama bin Laden, and presents it as the blueprint. And what's really interesting here is this comparison. The source alleges the plan is basically a copy of the 2011 raid in Abbottabad. But, and this is a huge but, it's on a much, much grander scale. We're talking about forces coming in from both air and sea, and they're not just going after one person, but the core strategic assets of an entire nation. The supposed operation gets broken down into four key phases. Step 1. Use electronic warfare to basically blind all of Iran's radar and defense systems. Step 2. Sneak the commando teams in. Step 3, and this is the really clever part, have those teams attack the targets from the inside, which means you don't need giant bunker-busting bombs. And then Step 4, maybe the hardest part of all, get everybody out safely. But just as this plan is laid out, the source hits the brakes hard. It uses this translated quote, "This is not halwa. It is not that easy." For those who don't know, halwa is a simple, sweet dessert. So this line is a major signal that the narrative is shifting from the how-to of the plan to the overwhelming chance that it could fail catastrophically. And this brings us to the absolute heart of the argument in the source material, why Iran is a totally different animal, a uniquely difficult and maybe even impossible target for this kind of mission. The source lays out four huge flashing red lights. First, Iran's supreme leader isn't just protected. He's surrounded by elite forces who are fanatically loyal. Second, unlike in other situations, there are apparently no high-level insiders ready to help. This creates a massive risk, a huge probability that U.S. commandos get captured alive. And then there's the final and most chilling possibility. The idea that this whole thing might be an elaborate Iranian trap. The source speculates, what if Iran pretends to be vulnerable? What if they actually detect the electronic attack but choose not to react, just so they can lure American forces in and capture them? It's a terrifying thought. So with all these insane risks, how could a plan like this even be on the table? According to the source, it all comes down to one single powerful factor: betrayal. The success or failure of this entire mission, it claims, rests on the shoulders of just two key people. That's right. The source is claiming that the stability of the entire world is basically balancing on the decisions made by just two individuals within the Iranian power structure. And there they are, Iran's army chief and its intelligence chief. The argument in the source material is brutally simple. If you can buy these two, you can break any country. But if they stay loyal, the mission isn't just risky, it's completely doomed from the get-go. So now, let's shift gears and talk about the fallout. What happens if this incredible gamble goes wrong? Well, the source paints a picture of nothing less than total global chaos. In this scenario, a failed raid isn't just a military loss. The video argues it would trigger an immediate and devastating chain reaction that would ripple across the globe, affecting everything from financial markets to the balance of world power. The first domino to fall, according to the source, the global economy. It predicts a stock market crash so severe it would vaporize trillions of dollars in value almost overnight as pure panic takes over. This slide gives you an idea of where all that money would supposedly run. As stocks just crater, the source predicts a mad dash to safe haven assets. We're talking about the price of gold and silver going through the absolute roof. So let's just run through that domino effect one more time. It starts with the absolute humiliation of captured US commandos being broadcast to the world. That triggers the market collapse. That, in turn, shatters America's reputation as a superpower, which could then lead to an uncontrollable military escalation. It's a true nightmare scenario.
And the whole thing is summed up with this final, chilling warning from the source, tying it all back to those two key individuals. If they're not bought, the world will witness the destruction of America and Israel.
And that's where the source material leaves us, with this incredible narrative of a secret plan teetering on a knife's edge. The final question it forces us to ask is this: is this a plausible, brilliant surgical strike in the making, or is it an unthinkable gamble with the power to unleash a global disaster?